First things first, I'm going to say I did not dislike this movie the way most people did. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even say it was a bad film. Now revisiting this movie through a fresh lens, let me talk about it. There's definitely aspects of this movie that I did not like, and I will get into that very quickly. Firstly, the length. This movie just feels so long. Mind you, while I did like the first act, it's a 2.5 hour long movie where it takes an hour and a half plus to get to the Batman vs Superman fight scene. Definitely could have cut some scenes to trim down on the time. So the scenes I would cut from this film would feature Wonder Woman. I liked her standalone movie that came after this. She was completely forced into this film. She spends the first part of this movie just looming into the background until they form a relationship between her and Batman, and then she interjects herself into the fight. Again, super forced, and they would have benefited from her movie coming first before this. To this day, I am still puzzled as to why Batman vs Superman was the second film in the DCEU, but let's continue on. Jesse Eisenberg is a damn good actor, and he brings that to the stage here as Lex Luthor. And as someone who grew up on the animated Lex Luthor, he doesn't fit at all. This quirky, out there, spectrum-coded version of Lex Luthor didn't sit well with me in 2016, and it still does not sit well with me now. He had this deep infatuation with God in the film, and because he saw Superman as God, he wanted to kill Superman. I get it, but the philosophical jargon he was spewing out during the majority of this film just felt like word sandwich. People who discount the fight scene between Batman and Superman, I think, are being overly critical. I thought it was actually really fun and really cool. And even I knew back then that Batman was never going to kill Superman outright. I just hoped. It was how the fight ended that pissed me off and still pisses me off to this day. It's a mere coincidence that both of their mothers are named Martha. Because Superman's mom is trapped by Lex Luthor, he's like, we gotta save Martha. Batman's like, Martha? Why would you say that name, Martha? Martha is his mother's name. Then they stop to go fight a shittier version of Doomsday. All that being said, there are still aspects of this film that I actually did like. Now, maybe it's just me being a Batman guy, but I like the serious nature of this film. I like that it's thematically produced like a Batman film. Because ultimately, it kind of was a Batman film. This is how they introduced Batfleck. Batman that wasn't afraid to kill people. I know that's not the Batman from the comics, but it's a different take. This Batman wanders into the Superman that destroys the city. Not on purpose, but he does destroy the city. In Batman's eyes, I'm killing people for justice. Recklessness is getting people killed. Yeah, the fight was really based off of Superman just defending himself. Works for the dynamic of the first act. I wish it would have just ended there. But then they had to join forces, of course. So yes, while I understand the critiques of this film and why people dislike it, I do think it is unfair to say this is just an objectively horrible movie that is the worst of the DCEU. Maybe it's because I like this iteration of both Superman and Batman, I don't know. Best way I can describe this film is an imperfectly good movie that I'm going to give 3.5 out of 5 stars. I know that's going to ruffle some feathers. I can't wait to see what y'all got to say. Also, I am watching all 16 DCEU movies, and Wednesday is going to be Suicide Squad. See you there.